A large funeral service is being planned for the Southern Kentucky EMT who died in a crash this week. A look at how he's being remembered. Plus, concerns about the bird flu are growing. What you need to know about the outbreak.
Plus, it may be April, but we stay cold through Friday. Your forecast coming up as Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
A Southern Kentucky EMT who died in a crash is about to be laid to rest. The Somerset Pulaski County EMT died on Monday. Police say a semi-truck collided with an ambulance, killing 2 people, including Chaston McWhorter. He's being remembered as a hard worker who gave so much to his job and his family. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to people he worked with and has more from Pulaski County.
A very large funeral service is being planned for Chaston McWhorter, 26 years old, who died Monday the result of a crash while on a run in northern Garrett County.
You know, it's not how he died that makes him special. It's how he served, how he's been serving the community.
Supporting Heroes helps plan and coordinate services for first responders in Kentucky and some other states. Eric Johnson was in Garrett County Monday when the crash happened and has been in southern Kentucky ever since, helping the EMS and Chaston McWhorter's family deal with this unexpected and devastating blow.
And then while this wasn't an emergency call or a particularly dangerous incident, it's because of his service that he died, and he deserves to be honored.
Surreal that it's happened. We've never had anything happen like this at our service, and it's definitely difficult to have to deal with.
Visitation services will take place beginning at 4 o'clock Friday at the Clinton County High School. Those visitation services will start around 4 o'clock Central Time Friday at the Clinton County High School, where also the funeral will take place on Saturday. Visitation services will get underway again at 8 o'clock Saturday morning until the time of the funeral. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Campbell New Funeral Home is handling the arrangements for McWhorter. The service will include traditional and professional honors similar to other first responder funerals. One Pike County veterinary clinic is trying to get back to its community with a free prom dress giveaway that's reaching far beyond the county lines. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more.
Valley Veterinary Clinic is expanding its focus from pause to prom, giving away hundreds of dresses to students in the area. The clinic hosted a small giveaway last year, seeing many students take advantage of free dresses and prom attire. That event saw a lot of community support as well, so Dr. Whitney Routh brought it back once again. This time, the clinic is packed with more than 250 dresses, most of which came from Elkhorn City's Girl Scout troop, with plans to keep the glam giveaways going for students in the area.
She asked me if I wanted what they had left, and I said, well, sure, how many are we talking? And she said, probably 200 dresses, which is way more than we had available all last year. And so I thought, well, I don't know what we're going to do with all of them, but I can't turn down an offer like that.
Dr. Routh says it is a blessing to be a part of something like this in her community, giving back to students who may otherwise not be able to have the night of their dreams. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The clinic is inviting students in to find a dress they can love. Hear more about this year's giveaway coming up at 6.
We are tracking some more hit or miss rain or sleet showers as we go into this Thursday afternoon. Let's take a live look at First Alert Pinpoint Doppler. And again, not going to be a washout or a widespread issue as we go into this evening. But if you have plans, you may need the umbrella at times as more off and on rain showers are possible. Zooming into the Mountain Parkway corridor, also close to US 460 in Morgan County. Moving into Magoffin County, also for Johnson, Lawrence, and Martin counties at this hour. A few off and on showers there. And same story from Jackson County, moving into portions of Clay County as well. The good news, nothing severe, but a few more spotty showers are possible, all thanks to a strong area of low pressure close to the Great Lakes, also close to Cleveland, Ohio, and that will continue to bring in some more cool conditions and some more soggy conditions at times as we go into tonight. Also for your Friday, those current temperatures, most of us in the middle to upper 40s. We should be close to 65, most of us about 20 degrees cooler than we should be for this time of year. Middle 40s in Jackson, also for Hazard, upper 40s for Manchester and Harlan, and sitting at 46 over in Somerset and London at this hour. We see middle 30s to wake up on Friday, but by Friday night, we see upper 20s and lower 30s. So I do want to give you that first alert, a freeze watch in place for most of us as we close out the work week. So be sure to protect those plants, but some improvements on the way. We see some more 60s and 70s by next week. Those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. Today, officials in Maryland honored the divers who responded to Baltimore's Key Bridge collapse. The Prince George's County Special Operation Division's Marine Unit and Underwater Recovery Team were recognized for their efforts. Their participation in search and rescue operations at a collapse site is critical.
When our brothers and sisters call, then we answer. And you got a call, and you immediately went to a location where you knew it was going to be dangerous.
The divers work in virtual darkness in the hazardous tangle of twisted metal and debris in the Patapsco River. Even when lit, their view is like driving through heavy snowfall in the dark with high beam headlights on. Salvage operations are still ongoing. More concerns about bird flu. Outbreaks have been reported at poultry facilities, including America's largest egg producer. A person in Texas also tested positive for bird flu, catching it from a mammal, the first known case of that happening. CBS's Omar Villafranca has more from Plano, Texas.
Cal, Maine, the nation's largest egg producer, shut down production and culled more than 1.5 million chickens after a major bird flu outbreak at its Palmer County, Texas plant. The number represents less than 4% of the company's flock and less than 1% of chickens in the U.S.
All the eggs were destroyed. The chickens are going to be destroyed, so it's completely safe.
This comes as 6 states are reporting outbreaks of avian flu among dairy cows. This week, a Texas dairy worker had pink eye after testing positive for the virus, becoming only the second known human case in the U.S. Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller says there's no reason for people to be alarmed.
The only way you could get it from eggs is if you ate them raw. I don't think that's going to be a problem. To consumers, eggs are safe.
You can't get bird flu from eating thoroughly cooked eggs or poultry, according to the USDA, who also advises you should wash your hands after touching raw poultry or eggs.
Go about business as usual. No spike in prices in either egg prices or dairy products. It's completely safe, no alarm, no need to change anything you're doing, really.
Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Plano, Texas.
The CDC says it's continuing to work with the USDA, the FDA, and state health departments to monitor people exposed to animals infected with these viruses. The IRS is out with the latest Dirty Dozen list of the most common tax scams. Phishing and smishing are at the very top. That's when scammers will email or text you trying to get sensitive information. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger went over how to avoid scams on CBS Mornings. She reminded viewers, among other things, that the IRS will never threaten legal action, promise a refund, or send an email or text demanding immediate payment. She says scammers are preying on fear and greed.
Fear, we're freezing your account. Greed, you've got a tax refund. You get something like that, especially if it's time sensitive, then you just run the other way.
The IRS urges people to avoid clicking any links in an unsolicited email or text if they are uncertain. Here's a little basketball math for you. What happens when you add Caitlin Clark to the Final Four? The answer is women's ticket prices that are now more than twice the cost of the men's. Logitech's a company that analyzes such prices says women's tickets have averaged more than $2,300 the past couple of days. For the men's Final Four, that number is about $1,000. The most expensive seat to see the women Friday runs more than $11,000.
Number one reason why women's college basketball has gotten so popular, it's Caitlin Clark.
Not only is Clark Player of the Year, she also holds the all-time scoring record for both men and women in the NCAA Division I. Coming up on First at 4, while many Americans will watch the moon block out the sun on Monday, NASA scientists will be looking at the impact the eclipse will have on Earth communications. We'll break down the scientific opportunities.
Plus, we stay soggy at times through Friday, timing out those rain and sleet showers after this break.